the third quarter. Brought to you by De Grande Cycles.
So siren sounds here to start the third quarter as Myers Reserve, we said at the present time, 7-6 to Belpost Hill, 6-6 Bannockburn. Ball in the middle of the ground, Horan up over the top. Miles gets the ball out of the middle, goes towards Peters, gets himself in and out of trouble and goes into the half-forward line kick. Didn't have the carry on it. Jarks has done nicely, brings the ball down the ground, picked up by McIntosh. Handball was a bit hard for Rollo. Out the back is Urquhart. He cleans up for Belpost Hill and delivers the ball towards centre wing. And that's a bit too far. And the ball has gone over the boundary line, and a free kick will go to BJ Harding.
That was a terrible kick.
It was for Willie, and you don't see him do that too often.
No, very rarely.
So BJ now on true centre wing, looking to deliver the ball back for Bannockburn into their forward line. He goes long. Fulton is the target. He's up over the top. He spoiled his own player there and not, but the ball comes out the back. Rollo kicks the ball back towards the square. Jarks runs onto it. Can he boot the ball?
I think he did. I think he did.
Says, yes, he can. And Brent Jarks has got his second goal of the afternoon, and now things are tied away once again. 7-6 apiece, Belpost Hill and Bannockburn. And a minute gone in this third quarter to Granny Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
You just don't realise, gee, an innocuous kick by Willie. He doesn't do, as you said, he very rarely does it. It goes out in the full, and down they go and kick a goal. And against good sides, you can't make too many mistakes. And I think both sides have made a few, but you make a mistake like that and it ends up a goal. And Jarks, again, puts himself in a really good position. How many has he got a
Jarks
couple
two now, yep.
So he's a very, very dangerous player.
As it goes back to the middle, we've got a few exciting matchups. Fantella on Miles.
I like Link Peters in the middle. I think he does a lot of hard work. He doesn't get a million touches, but he does a lot of hard work. If he doesn't force it out, he gets it out himself like he did that time. I think he's better off in the middle than down back.
So he'll be next to Welv as the two ruckmen go at it, Dale.
Yes, ball tapped down there and it goes to Fantella. Tries to force his way through, but it's Miles that comes from the centre of the ground. He goes into the forward line, puts it out in front of Fulton. And it was a good kick again out in front. And Fulton again has taken that ball at pretty much to the highest peak once again.
Well, that's the backmen haven't got a chance no matter who it is when it's out there. That's a great kick, Miles.
Once he puts his arms up and he jumps 3 or 4 foot, it's a long way up. So McNamara hasn't done a bad job today so far.
Well, he's done a good job, but in a situation like that, that's exactly where Fulton wants the football. Exactly.
And when he leads, he's a strong leader too, Grubby. He doesn't invite anybody to come back the other way at you anyway.
No.
So Fulton off a couple of steps, kicks towards goal. It's going to go across the face, through for a minor score. And he hasn't been accurate today. He's 3-2. But Bannockburn now have the lead. That solitary point, 7-7 Bannockburn, 7-6 Belpost Hill. And Shane Lima will do the kicking in duties, I would think.
Well, they've been set shots, so he really could have five goals.
Yep, and not difficult either. So the ball now from Lima goes to the far side of the ground. Barlow is up in front again. Can't take the mark, but he's got support in front of the contest. Coming through, Peters picked the ball up. Was taken high in the tackle. So Link Peters wins the free kick. And he will now steady things down a little bit. Goes out wide. Mark taken out there. Jervies. Too sure whether they got any closer to goal with that kick.
No, they got a bit further away and a worse angle.
So he plays on now, delivers the ball, top of the square, in front. The ball comes out the back. Jarks is in the right spot. Has he got this one?
Yes, he has.
Now, that was a helicopter, surely. I reckon he hit the wrong bit of the boot, but he put so much precision into the bit of pigskin, it just went through anyway.
So he's got his third goal of the afternoon, and now Bannockburn have their eighth. They move to 8-7. Belpost Hill, 7-6. A bit of a recurrence of the first quarter, Grub.
Yeah, it is, and I just think when they put it up to the top of the square there, and all the Belpost Hill players flew. And Jarks, using his brain, stayed down. And there was no one within cooey of him. And in the end, he had plenty of time to kick it. Yeah, it was a funny kick, but he had plenty of time. And he put it right through the centre. And I reckon for Bannockburn to go all the way this year, he's going to be fundamental in the way he plays his game.
So that's back to the middle. You've got Horan, and you've got Cole, and you've got it was going to be a clearance by Belpost Hill, but a deflection finds it with Jervies. He handballs it to Lincoln Peters. He gets in trouble, wrapped to the ground by Fantella. Bannockburn still trying their best. So's Matt James for Belpost Hill. Umpire, we might have a ball up.
He's going to ball it up.
Yep.
Probably could have got a free kick there too. I thought he did put his head down a little bit, but he did take an eye.
Well, as soon as you duck the head, umpires these days are saying, no matter what happens, you duck it. We are not going to pay the free kick. And I agree with that too.
So we're on the Yu Yang's corner of the centre square. Cole taps it down. We might have a second.
He's a complete idiot. A complete idiot.
Well, when I'm listening to the radio, I want to find out which part of the ground it's on. So that's
Well, we should go to the Yu Yangs for a picnic for the rest of the day.
very good. So we'll try a second attempt. Horan gets it down that time. Matt James couldn't quite get it. Picks it up. Kicks off one step. Jervis is under it. Sulix outmarks him, but instead the umpire says play on because Jervis might have got a hand
Not sure.
to it. I wasn't sure either with that. Sulix gets another dangerous handball to Welv. He puts it straight on his left. Costello's under it. Brave mark. Didn't
Careful.
take his fires off the ball. There's 60 out. He's gone just to the top of the 50.
Oh, that's got to be a free kick.
While
Interference.
Barlow was going for it, Kelly's ended up with it, but I think it was against BJ, wasn't it, Grubby?
Yeah, it was. But he knew that Barlow was going to take the mark, so he'd take the risk and interfere with him, but same result.
So Barlow, the mark's probably about 42 out from goal.
He-
Barlow.
Look, he could nearly get that. I reckon a little bit further out. Last time I said he couldn't get the distance. I think he could nearly get that distance.
You got Tar in the goal square, Carlin's in the goal square, and so's Horan. So there's tall options there. Costello's just
Well.
it's just chip kick right to Tim Barton, who's probably I don't know if the distance changed, the angle changes. Tim Barton will
this
be
bloke can get
directly
the distance though.
in front of goal. And he stands right on the paint of the centre square, pulls the socks up, ready to go.
Look, it's probably a good move. I thought he may have got the distance, young Jake, but this bloke will get the distance.
So Tim Barton, they took his leg off 2 years ago, put it back on.
Oh,
Now he's kicked a
A goal.
beautiful goal.
Oh, a beautiful one. Wow.
So, Scoresdale.
8-6 to Bell Post Hill. Bannockburn are 8-7. And we have gone 7 minutes, third quarter, to the Granny Cycling Sports scoreboard.
Well, young Jakey Barlow passed it across to Timmy Barton. I thought, well, that's it. He'll get the distance easy here. And I was just about to say, gee, he hasn't got the distance, and it just floated over the pack like one earlier in the game. So the decision from Jake Barlow to give it to Tim Barton was obviously a good one.
So we got a 1 point ball game there, and we got a 3 point ball game up at Galvin Park. Thompson, 8-3-51.
Hello, someone's running the square.
They had 5 in there.
Yeah.
Fantella was trying to get out. Jake Miles pointed out, Grub, you're right there. So he wins the free kick. Now he goes into the forward line. Out in front, Miller, good hands in front of Barton. And Blake Miller now has an opportunity. He's got the kicking distance in him also. He's not a bad kick of a football.
Well, he is. I tell you what, I said Jarks is fundamental for their success. This bloke is too, if he can get back to the form. I think he had the year off really hurt him.
Yeah, just being out of the game.
Yeah,
but,
he struggled early in the year, but if
He
he
seems to
can
have
come
found his
good, yeah.
feet a bit. He's taken a few marks today, and as I said, Timmy Barton will let him know every time he goes for the ball. So he loads up, he goes long, he goes to the goal square,
And
but
it's
he's
touched.
pushed through for a minor score. And so Bannockburn now to 8-8, and Bell Post Hill on 8-6. Lime regained, so Bell Post Hill don't do this too often, play that cluster at the full back line, but they're doing it today. Now they bring the ball out. Barton is going to be the target. In front, Jervis
And we'll
had a fair
take
bit
the
of it, and he will be the recipient of the free kick and or mark, whichever. And Jervis now from outside 50 has the ball. So next option is obviously going to be either Blake Miller or Fulton. He goes to the pocket. Miller is there. He's out in front. Ball goes through the hands and over the boundary line. So we're going to have a throw in 10 metres around from the behind post.
So if he starts taking a few marks, then you've got Fulton and Miller down there,
Yep.
who are both playing good footy. They become very, very dangerous, especially with Jarks as the crummer.
Yep.
That's as good a combination in the forward line as anyone else in the league, I reckon. If Miller can come good and get back to that, and he is slowly.
Yeah, I think he's definitely shown a bit more today than
He
in
looks a
recent
bit,
weeks.
and he looks a bit fitter than the
Yep.
last time I saw him too.
So ball thrown back in by the umpire. Miller again takes front position, picked up by Barton, comes down. Knott gets the ball,
There we
and
go.
runs towards goal, and Knott has kicked it. Pat Knott's got his second goal of the afternoon, and now the 9th for Bannockburn. They're 9 goals, 8. They lead Bell Post Hill on 8-6, and time is ticked towards 10 minutes, third quarter to Granny Cycling Sports, third quarter scoreboard.
Oh, that's a bad error. You can't leave the goal line open like that, and the pathway to goal. You've got to cover the whole pack. And Bell Post Hill, I've never seen them do that. They never ever do that, but in this particular instance, they did. They left the pathway for young Knott, and he went straight through it and said, "Thank you very much."
Just having a look at Blake Miller just on that same forward line. He looks in a bit of pain. He just had the club president Neil Grinter and some of the other trainers assess him. I can't work out what his problem is, though. He had his hand on 1 foot a second ago, then he's holding the shoulder. Got a bit of the works.
Well, looking at him from here, he looks buggered.
Might need to swap position with Fulton for 5 minutes and have a spell back in the square. So we're back in the middle. This time the ball is one down. Miles comes through. He got the handball away, but it was intercepted. Now it's been turned over again because Kelly has got it. And they're going to come in and take possession, the umpires.
Good decision.
And a ball up will take place still within that cricket wicket area.
Yeah. No Pryor made an attempt.
So Cole doing the ruck work, as we said. Taps the ball down, goes towards Tyquin. Page not too far away. Ball is there. Cole goes in and grabs the possession
You have
once
the ball
again.
up again, mate.
This time the umpire will come back in and take possession, as we said.
Just across the bay, the Ammos trailing Port Arlington, Dale.
What?
By 3 points. 28-25 at halftime.
My God.
I know.
Ball out the back of the thing in contest, and Hoey kicks the ball into the half-forward line, but Miller's recovered because he's come up and he's taken that mark once again. Looks to go to the forward line. Fulton's the target. Great kick, and again, out in front. McNamara, no chance whatsoever there because he didn't have to change stride. His next kick is short, goes to the pocket towards Knott. Didn't get him on the full. Gets around the player coming at him. Got boot to ball. Back towards Stratton Graff, goes to the goal square, and in front, Dan Gray takes the mark, saving mark there because Jarks was sweating on him.
Oh, boy.
He was trying to push him underneath the contest, but wasn't able to do so. So Gray's done very nicely there. Not too sure where he wants to go. Changes his mind now. Comes back, clubroom side. Horan's going to be the target. He puts it out in front. Got too much distance on it this time, but it suited Cole, and he's gone across and taken the mark. So he goes back quickly, and he'll try to find Fulton, but slipping in is Fantella, and he takes the mark. So Fantella inside defensive 50 towards centre half back, and McNamara is there on hands and knees, takes the mark, goes across the ground. He's got two options out there. Lima, the deepest of the two, has a player further afield. That's Flacavento, and over the top he goes. Now Flacavento continues to run into the forward line. Ettridge out in front. How will the ball bounce? It bounces in front of him. He does nicely, goes to ground, gets up, gets the handball away. Work Costello, goes back to Ettridge, picked it up. Umpire said he was...
Well, he got the hand across his neck from that second play. It wasn't Dylan Smith got past him. It might have been...
BJ Harding was on the ground, so it might have been BJ.
Yep.
But anyway, free kick goes to Ettridge.
To BJ's credit, he did put his hand up the umpire and said, yep, that was me. So
Ettridge
he hasn't got much choice, is he?
Right.
Delivers the ball, goes quickly, low and flat, but Kelly is standing in space, and he takes the mark.
How many's he kicked?
Who, Ettridge?
Yeah.
5.
Well, he should have went for 6.
He goes short, and Jake Miles takes the mark.
If you're kicking all the goals, kick the goals. Don't give it to anybody else. Kick the goals.
So Miles now asked by the umpire to play on. He goes wide, and the mark is taken out there by Gavin. So Gavin now kicks further afield. Tyquin moves up and takes the marks. A little bit of possession football. Miller's too short, so he goes long and down the line. Fulton again out in front. And he takes the mark. He's on centre wing. He needs to have Miller back behind him now, but Blake's standing beside him. So the next option will be Cole or one of the smaller players, and they go in that direction towards the pocket coming up. That was a good kick because the mark has been taken out there by Jarks. So Brent Jarks now outside 50. The numbers are back in defence, and they're with the opposition. Miles pushes Holsfeen past the ball and tried to get the ball. Unfortunately, the kick didn't have enough on it, and we'll go over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in about 15 to 20 metres around from the behind post. I think Jake Miles was asking for the ball in the air.
Yeah, he wasn't very happy, was it?
Yeah, I think he said he wanted it higher.
Well, this is a crazy day in the region, Dale. Very quickly, Lara 8-3-51, Bell Park 7-14-56. So the Dragons by 5 points there.
Jeez, that will be a turn-off if this goes the other way. But anyway, you never know out at the snake pit. The ball inside 50.
This could be a hold in the ball here.
And he's circling like it is.
No, he's going to ball it
his
up.
mind. I think initially he was circling
Oh,
like
he looked like he was going to bend over and say, hold the ball, but he didn't.
So a ball up to take place. Miller's doing the ruck work. Barton over the top. Gets a second hand on it. Runs towards. Picked up there by Hoey. Got the handball out towards Bowden. This is Ryan. He's trying to work his way through the contest. Can't do so. Umpire says he had prior opportunity. So there's going to be a free kick going to Bellpost Hill. And Flacavento is the recipient. So
tried to break the tackle.
Going to bring the ball across the ground. Dangerous kick because Miller's was there. Sorry. Muir was there over the top. Middleton. He's dived on top of it. Now he's got possession of the ball.
I think he has to get it out. See, he did dive on it.
He did.
But the umpire was at the back of the pack, so I don't think he saw it. But he dived on it. But luckily they pulled him over onto his back, which helps him out too. If he had stayed where he was, another one, I think.
So the ball now to be thrown up again by the umpire. Again, this time both players get it out. Knott comes over the top, tries to work his way in and outside the contest. But again, the umpire is going to come in and take possession of the ball.
Yeah, be very, very careful around the football now because 2 or 3 in a row, the umpire, he has paid a free kick anyway.
Anyway, Knott emerges with the football. He goes very quickly into the forward line. Fulton's up. Ball gets down to the back. Jarks is there. He circles. He runs. He gives the handball. Goes to Bowden. Gets out of trouble. Puts it on the left boot. But I reckon that's gone over the boundary line out of it into the full. And it's going to be a free kick to Bellpost Hill.
What was the free for, you know?
No, I don't know. Grub. With something in the
Was
contest.
it initial or something afterwards?
Oh, again, I couldn't tell you.
I think it was initial. I'm still not sure what it was for.
So they go back to the goal square. Dangerous kick, but back there is Gray. He takes the ball. He goes sideways. He has Lima. Lima now plays on and goes down the line. Holsfeen, good kick. And it had to be perfect because there's a number of Bannockburn players in and around him. Holsfeen now not too sure where he wants to go, so he goes outside again because he's got a running player out there. Urquhart, I think it is, out in the far side of the ground.
Just confirming that was for a high tackle.
So Urquhart now just looking to deliver the ball along centre wing and over. Goes in the Barlow direction. Oh, Jervis is up and over the top, but he couldn't take the mark. Picked up there and kicked further into the forward line. Running towards it is Ettridge. He's got the ball in front of himself. He's done it nicely so far. Gets away from Smith. Puts it back towards the top of the square. Cole's there. Merrick makes a contest. Ball comes to ground. Again, Tar's there. He can't pick the ball up. Bannockburn will push it through, but it hits the post, so it's going to be a throw-in to take place right beside the behind post.
I think Thompson down to 2 on the bench down there at the duck pond. And Johnny says they're in a bit of trouble. I hate when he says that. That means they'll win easy. I hate that.
The ball thrown in the forward pocket, picked up by Holsfeen, tries to work his way through the contest. Tackled, brought to ground, picked up by Tyquin, back to Gavin, and he delivers the ball towards 50, coming up. Mark not taking
Pushed
out there.
him.
McIntosh, free kick goes to Billy McIntosh. So he's got the ball inside defensive 50, and he's looking to use players down the ground. Not too many options opening up for him at the moment, so he goes sideways, and Kelly takes the mark just inside the field of play. He's just steadying things down now. Kelly goes along the boundary line, out the back. The ball will come and over the boundary line. So on centre wing, we're going to have a throw in. So as we go towards 18 minutes into the third quarter, Grandy Slock and Sports scoreboard is Bannockburn 9-8 and Bellpost Hill 8-6.
It's brought back in. Merich is under it. And it's Walv who just tries to grab it, gets the kick out. Holsfeen's got it, kicks it off the ground. It's a nice volley. Will it stay in? Umpire says...
Throw it in.
Throw it in. So we're about 60 out from Bellpost Hill's goal. Jaden Ettridge, still marked by Dylan Smith in the goal square, but they'll need to get it to him first. Merich wins another tap out there again. Lincoln Peters almost got it for Bannockburn. Now Joel Page has it. Handball's back to Merich. Now Holsfeen has it. Snaps it on his right. And Carlin's under it. So are Bannockburn, and I think it's through Gavin. Kicks it towards our wing. No one's there. Urquhart's trying to get it. He'll go for the Shepherd. No, he won't. Lima's just going to pick it up. Kick it straight to Matt Lentini, who's about 55 out.
Matt 75.
70. Well, it's already. Well, it's 30 out now, so you work that one out. Jaden Ettridge is under it, as is Nick Costello. Umpire says mark straight in front. So Cozzy, how many has he kicked so far?
Cozzy has got...
Just the one behind.
Yes.
Wow. I think he's got the one goal, but that's just my opinion. So a bit of redemption.
He really needs to kick this because he's sort of been in and out a little bit. Looked dangerous at times. He needs to kick this.
Late omission last week. Returns in front of thousands of supporters. Kicks towards the city end, and the goal umpire likes it.
So 9-6 now, Bellpost Hill, and they trail Bannockburn on 9-8. And at 19.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
He's a lot like Ettridge, isn't he? He uses the body a bit like Ettridge, and when you think you've got Ettridge out of the contest, in pops Cozzy. And Tari's back off the ground, but he's been on and off. I think he might be all right. But I still reckon when they've got those two small forwards down there, they need Tari to straighten them up. I just reckon they need him down there. They really need him if they're going to do 8 out of 9 or something, really.
Cats up by 31.
And Port Arlington up by 22.
Back in the middle. Up there goes the football. Cole in ruck with Horan. No one can pick it up. Gets pushed back towards the Bannockburn direction. James gets the ball. We're going to veer onto the left foot now. Puts a little mongrel left foot kick in, but it's okay. Picked up by Belpost Hill. They're going further forward. Big punch away by Stevenson. No one can pick it up now. It's on the deck. Players go to the ground with the ball underneath, and the umpire says, boys, give it to me, and we'll ball it up. Almost wing half-forward position on the outer side of the ground here at Myers Reserve. Up they get. Up they go again. Horan in ruck, but it's tapped out by Cole. Goes over towards Miles. Miles picks it up now, puts the ball up towards the half-forward flank. Up they go. No one can pick it up. I've lost it on the binoculars. Come back towards the bell post. Still, that's bad commentary, that, because I lost it in the binoculars. But Bannockburn again take a ball in defence. Kicks the ball out towards Jervis, who can't quite take the mark. He butters up pretty well, but he gets caught with the ball. But the umpire says he has no chance to get rid of that. Bit of a skirmish develops, but the umpire will come and split. No, he's going to come in and play a free kick, maybe. Yes, he is. He reckons he pushed his head into the ground. And I think Holsfeen is going to emerge with the footy. Little short pass. He called time off, Holsey. You've got to go back and have your kick. And Holsfeen now will have a shot for goal. Player on a mark is going to be about 5 metres in from the 50-metre line. So I think it's too far for Holsfeen. He knows it is too because he's looking for an option. He goes across the ground. Up they go. Oh, it's a beautiful spoil out there. And away they go now, Bannockburn. Through Miles again. He picks it up. It goes over towards... Well, no, he's on the wrong side. Goes over to Stevenson. No, it's not Stevenson. That is Stevenson.
That's
well
him.
done. Out they go now. Out towards Rollo. But the Belpost Hill boys pick it up and it goes over towards Fantella. Fantella almost in the centre of the ground. He comes wide to Lentini. Lentini's got a player on. He goes with a handball over to Willie Urquhart. Urquhart puts it in towards the full forward position. Almost a mark. Holtfeet picks it up. He loves these. And he's put it through. Oh, beautiful football, Holsford. You can't keep him out of the game. And Bannockburn, 9-8-62. They trail Belpost Hill now 10-6-66 on the De Grande cycle scoreboard.
You're right there, Grub, and it was a bit of panic play there a little bit. Ball went in and out of contest, but Belpost Hill, just a little bit of poise, went into the forward line, and Holsfeen right spot and was able to put the ball straight through the middle. And that's what he likes to do, running towards goal.
Geez, it's hard to follow this thing with the binoculars. I lost it and went back the other way and I couldn't find it.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Fulton in there doing some ruck work. He's up against Horan. And ball is thrown up by the umpire. Down the back it goes to Miles. It's going to end up back in his hand, but he loses possession. Picked up there by James. Handballs over the top. Slot and Graff had it and went outside. And as far as Kelly, he's got time to pick the ball up. Gives the handball over the back pack to Slot and Graff. Goes further afield into the hands of Hoey. Goes into the forward line, knots in the front. Ball comes through the back, picked up there. Well, Tycoon couldn't pick the ball up again. It's on hands and knees. He emerges with it now. But Workout was one that got the kick out, went towards Sulix. He put it in the hands of Jarks, and Jarks went towards goal, and it's gone through for a minor score. So Brent Jarks a minor, and 9-9 now to Bannockburn. 10-6 Belpost Hill. So the margin hasn't got too big for either side here. Probably the biggest margin was early in the game when Bannockburn kicked the first three.
Yeah.
But since then, it's been very close. Lima to himself, plays on now, comes out wide. Barlow is the target. Hands out in front, got a push in the back
he
there.
got a push umpire.
Should have been a free kick, but it wasn't given. And it's going to be a ball up, a throw in now. Half forward line.
He just got himself too far away from the play, I think, now at that stage. That was a clear push.
So Thompson added a few more goals. They're up by 22 over Werribee.
I'll get the early crow again in a minute.
North Geelong 58, leading Belmont Lions 51 at the Jets Oval.
So from the contest, Mile emerges with it once again, gets the kick into the forward line, goes towards McNamara out in front. Knott comes in, takes him off the ball. Handball goes to Middleton. Handball over the top, back to Fulton in the goal square, and bang! There goes goal number 4 for Kieran Fulton. And the 10th for Bannockburn. 10-9-69, 10-6-66 for Belpost Hill. And 25 minutes gone. Third quarter to Granny Cycling Sports. Third quarter scoreboard.
I've seen him do it a couple of times now, Miles. He reminds me of David Rees-Jones when he picks the ball up. He runs, and he looks like he's running like an old chook, as slow as an old chook. but the bloke behind him doesn't seem to catch him.
He takes a little sideways step too.
Yeah,
which I
he
think
just moves away, and then he gets a kick in without the pressure that he would normally be under. So that set that goal up too from Miles by doing that. But if you look like he's going to get tackled at any minute, but he doesn't, and that's obviously knowing where his opponent is.
So back with the umpire now in the middle of the ground. Joel Page and Link Peters just renewing acquaintance again in the middle there, and the ball is thrown up. This time the ball comes back towards Howie. Little boot to ball, goes out towards centre wing. Gain the lead in the race for the ball. Knight is the first to arrive. Can't pick the ball up. He goes diving back in after it. Now he has it, needs to release it as Lima comes over the top. Umpires, they sit outside it. They watch the contest. Now they will come in and take possession of the ball on far centre wing. Just Cole going across to do some ruck work there. Ball comes out the back of the contest. Howie, ball is tapped away there, I think, by Joel Page. Went further afield, picked up there by Costello. I think he was a long way out of his ground. He is taken to ground in a tackle.
A very hard tackle too. That was a good hard tackle.
So the umpire again to come in and take possession of the ball, and it's on true centre wing, far side of the ground. Thrown up by the umpire. Again, Bannockburn, they try to come out of the contest. This time Miles was incorrect disposal. Good tackle, Fantella. He wins the possession of the footy on the centre wing.
He's lifted his game from last week, Fantella.
Most definitely.
So he looks to go sideways and short. Player out there, Flaccavento. Called a play up by the umpire now. Short and along the boundary line. Merrick can't take the mark at ground level. Picked up Lentini. Back inside Fantella. Over the top Page. Runs inside 50. Delivers long to the goal square. Again, Smith's up and down. Umpires let it go. And Harding says, I'm going to take it through for a minor score.
He was so lucky.
We were thinking it, weren't we?
10-9, 69 Bannockburn. 10-7 now to the Bellpost Hill side. Ball comes in. Slot Graff picks the ball up. He was tackled. He wasn't brought to ground, but the ball comes out in the tackle now. Had plenty of time to get rid of it. Bath had it, picked it up. Howie picked it up and kicked it away.
Gee.
Umpire says there's going to be 50. Thought the first bloke had more opportunity
Yeah, so did
than
I.
the second bloke. But
I don't think he's paid 50.
No, he hasn't paid 50, but he's paid the free kick to Dan Wells. So
Gee.
Dan Wells now just inside. He'll kick from inside 50.
There was absolutely no prior opportunity for the second one. You're right. The first one may have been. The second one, don't think so.
So Dan Wells now hasn't troubled the scoreboard at all today, but he comes in. Kicks towards goal. It's long, it is straight, and it will be pushed through for a minor score. And the first score for him for the afternoon. And back to a 1 point margin. 10-8 to Bellpost Hill. 10-9 Bannockburn. Commonwealth Hotel second quarter scoreboard. We're gone 28 minutes.
So Michael Stevenson, he's going to kick to the opposite of the broadcast side, and he'll find BJ Harding straight away. BJ's just on the 50 arc. He finds his teammate who's just gone for a bit of a tumble on the ground there. I want to say that's Blake Miller, so we'll go with him for now. Matt Tyquin probably had more of a quieter of his third quarters, but he takes a nice mark right in front of the 3D print sign.
He spent more time in the forward line this quarter, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has, yeah.
Miles in the middle.
So he's just assessing his options. Has a kick now. The ball's going to be about 55 out from goal, and Bo McNamara. It's the second time he's had a few bites at the ball and just been able to take the mark. He finds his teammate in Sulix straight away. So Sulix marches back. He's going to kick it towards the centre, and he's got Liam Merritt straight under it.
Two hands, mate.
Try to use his Cryo-Bay Stingray's one-handed basketball skill, but instead it's the skills of Brett
He's let him
Jarks
down a bit there.
that find Matt Tyquin right back to where he started. So he'll kick back to where he kicked before. He tries to get Fulton. He had McNamara to contest with, but he's taken the mark. Umpire's happy with that, so he'll take that.
Yeah, don't you reckon Tom Morgan's, if he played like that and led and leaped like that, no one would stop him either?
Oh, no one would stop him. No.
So he kicks it towards the 50 now. It's inside there. The ball's hit the deck. Barton was going to chase it, but it's picked up there by Miles. Sulix trying to go for it there. He knocked Dewey off. And we're going to have a ball up.
The trouble with that is, Smithy, that everybody's dropping in holes and corridors, and it just can't happen a lot of the time. Yeah.
So Michael Stevenson just showing Jervis and everyone else where to set up. Page picks it up, tries to kick it out of trouble. Horan, he's taken on the moisturiser, and Kelly handballs it to Lincoln Peters. He's 55 out. He kicks it towards the pocket. Danny Gray's under it. He had the eyes for the ball. The ball's hit the deck. Now it's Flacavento. Nice side step. Kick off 1 foot. He's gone towards Barlow. Barlow had a few to take. BJ Harding's trying to get it now. Handballs it back. Now it's knocked back towards BJ. Barlow's got it again. Umpire, what are we going to do?
Ooh.
Pay a free kick to Belpost Hill. So
I think he came over his shoulder.
Might have got him over the shoulder,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or in the back maybe, but
Barlow had a bit to carry over his shoulder there, and he finds Horan, who's taken one of his first marks for the afternoon. He's right on the opposite wing. He's got his rucking counterpart in front of him in Merrich, so he'll be under this contest, as will Nick Costello, as will Michael Stevenson, who just took a beautiful mark for Bannockburn. If they switch play, they've got McIntosh on this wing, but they're going to stick to... I reckon he'll stick to the outer wing, so
He
he'll
won't be coming over here, mate. I
he'll
promise
kick
you.
it there. Horan almost spoilt Barton in the end, so the ball's hit the deck for Bannockburn, but thankfully for Belpost Hill, that is the siren. And boys, we have one more exciting quarter to go.
so at 3/4 time, Bannockburn will go in at 10-9-69. They lead Belpost Hill on 10-8-68. And goal kickers to this stage of the game, Jaden Ettridge with 5. One each to Holzfiend, Barton, Costello, Fantella and Barlow. And for Bannockburn, Fulton with 4, Jarks with 3, Knott with 2, and Miles with 1.
Well, we're ready for a big action-packed quarter. We'll go back to the studio for a second, and then we will return here to the Myers Reserve.
I am a line marker.
Have you lost